Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. My TSA friendly and Disney, I guess most theme park friendly kit is what I took with me. Now you want to make sure you carry something with you that's going to be able to get through the airports. It's going to be able to get into Disney theme parks. And this is what I carry with me every single day. We were there multiple days. I tested out different stuff just to see what will make it through security. I used the Maxpedition Pico Pocket. This is their smallest pocket organizers that they make. I have several of these. I like it because getting on different rides, especially when we went to Animal Kingdom, some of those rides there, you're going in, you're getting moving all sorts of directions, and you just want to make sure you don't lose any of your gear. So let's just dive into this very, very quickly. So I like this. It's very small. I mean, palm size. I put this in my palm. It basically disappears. You can't really see it whatsoever. I like that you still get that front pocket, but I didn't really put anything up there because I didn't want to overly stuff this because this was in my front pocket. The back of it just has a loop panel. You can put your REs on the back, or if you get yourself a patch while you're at Disney, you can put it back here. But a lot of times I just left my Whiskey Tango Foxtrot patch on here because there's times I'm sitting around at Disney just thinking about, I can't believe how much money I'm spending here, but it is what it is. So when you're traveling with 5 kids, your wife, we checked 5 pieces of luggage. Everybody had to carry on a lot of crap. You always want to make sure you take stuff through that's going to be a-okay. So this is what I carried, and this was very small, and it got the job done. First thing here, I did end up bringing a Fisher's Space Pen. Very slim chance I need to do a lot of writing, but if I do, if you're at an Airbnb, you may not be able to find a pen for whatever reason. You're trying to sign a document, you're trying to write down notes, you're trying to write down information while you're inside the park. Just good to have that with you. And it is kind of sort of a weapon. I mean, it doesn't have the glass breaker on it, but if you find yourself a smaller pen that has the glass breaker, then you're kind of good to go. Expands out, does what you need it to do. You can write in all sorts of directions, so you're kind of good to go on that. You can see that this pouch itself is very small. It has elastic bands on this side, 2 larger ones on this side, and a couple slip pockets in the very, very back. A YKK zipper keeps everything secure. I did bring with me the Griffin Pocket Tool. Now, the Big Griffin Pocket Tool is an OG. It's been around for a long time. You wouldn't believe. Now, in my checked luggage, I had a regular Leatherman, but you would not believe anytime you need a slotted or pry bar with you whenever you're out and about, tightening toilet seats at Airbnb, that type of stuff gets on your nerves. Just to be able to use this for bottle cap lifters, whatever. Nice to have that, especially, you know, we did buy some suds while we were at the Airbnb. We want to be able to open up those bottles of beer. You want to have stuff like that with you at all times. The next tool, this is the S0. This recently came out, and I did want to test this out to see if it can make it through TSA. And I did put out a YouTube short and an Instagram reel inside the airport. I took this to 3 different airports through TSA security. Now, TSA agents are finicky. I know as long as the scissor is like no more than 3 inches, I think from the beginning of the scissors, or 4 inches, you're going to be fine. Stuff like that. But you still just want to be cautious. Whatever you bring, just have in your mind that you're prepared to lose that item. This thing's less than 20 bucks. Being able to open up snack packs and things, because you are allowed to bring food inside of Disney, open that stuff up very easily is very key to me. So I like to be able to have the scissors aspect of it. The outside, you do have a Phillips screwdriver, as well as a bottle cap lifter and another smaller pry bar over here, just in case you need that. And then you have the tweezers. So you have the tweezers to get stuff that falls in between the seats of the rental car, stuff like that. Small, petite, gets the job done. Behind that, I kept a lot of just kind of floating items, BC powders, liquid IVs, dude wipes. You never know when you're gonna need any of this type of stuff. Somebody gets a headache, someone needs to use the restroom, somebody needs their face wiped down or whatever. It's in your pocket. You don't have to go in your bigger bag. Lip balm, important for us. You're out in the sun a lot. Keep your lips moisturized. I also brought with me, this is the Ace Beam. This is the Pocket Light AA. You can get this as low as like 17 bucks. This is the titanium version for their 10th anniversary. But I like this because it's a 14500 battery. But if the battery were to run out, I could have threw a AA in here, but it's a 14500 battery, meaning I was just able to recharge this with USB-C and not have to worry about swapping out the battery. And this thing lasts for days and days and days. You're in a very dimly lit ride. Anything, it's a small world after all. Your kids leave something in the ride, it's a safari, jungle, anything like that. You want to be able to make sure that you're able to grab your stuff and move out. And then I brought a USB-C cable back here because I did have battery banks with me. And so the battery banks normally have built-in cables, but if someone else needs to charge their phone, you need to have power while at Disney. This was a very good kit. I literally was not wanting more from this particular kit when I took this to the Magic Kingdom. Now, I'm going to show you what I took to Animal Kingdom, but I wanted to wear a reliable watch, and I didn't really want to rely on a smartwatch, and that brings us to today's video sponsor, which is Veer, and their C5 Recon. Now, a lot of folks have mentioned that they love the C5 Tactical Solar Field Watch, but that's PVD coated. Very nice. Still the 316 stainless steel, but now you get it in the more classic, in just the classic look of stainless steel. You're still getting the big watch face, 40 millimeters, great lume, easy to read. And when you're going into those dark rides, you know exactly what time it is. You're going through the airport, you know exactly what time it is. Tons of compliments. And I opted to wear this with the watch band that it comes with. It comes with two. But I like this because we're jumping in pools at the Airbnb. We purposely went day one at the Magic Kingdom. I knew it was going to rain, so I had ponchos and stuff with me. But I wanted a silicone. I just wanted a watch band that was going to dry quickly, and I didn't have to worry about having something that wasn't weather sealed. No issues with that whatsoever. I love the lume on this, so you can see this at all times of the day. And at the end of the day, it looks really good, and I felt confident having this with me as well. Check out the links down below, and shout out to Veer for sponsoring this video and helping sponsor the trip to Disney. Had a really good time with that. Now, this Pico pouch, it got the job done and all that good stuff, but I'm always interested, like, is there anything else that I could take with me that's a little bit more functional? I had my wallet with me on day one. Day two, I decided I just want to use the actual rigger pouch that comes from Daily Carry Co. as my all-in-one. Now, this does not have RFID blocking technology. I wasn't too worried about skimming of my credit cards at Disney. I just wanted to be able to have everything in one, so we could have my insurance card, credit cards, debit cards. Most of the time I use tap to pay on my cell phone, but there could be that occurrence where my phone's not working, I don't have signal. It probably would never be dead because that's not how I roll, but I want to be ready to go. So I like to have this big zipper in the front, easy to use, still fits in the front pocket. Now, for this one, I decided to go with the Streamlight Wedge SL. This one I like a ton. It doesn't have a lot of lumen output. I have mine set to just come on. It is 10 tap programmable, so you can turn this on and make it come on high lumen, or you can have it come on low lumen. I like this because it has a bite cap. So bite cap, you can take it in. And so if you're looking for something inside of a bag, you turn this on, you put the bite cap on, you can dig inside of a larger bag and still be able to see and have both hands free. So it just made a lot of sense to bring this with us. I brought a larger brown buffalo backpack with me. If you're trying to dig in there, find wet wipes, trying to find some snacks, you're trying to find the rain poncho, whatever, having this flashlight, super handy to just grab it right out of what I was using for my wallet that day. Another TSA friendly item was my Nextool F12. This was a very handy tool because it does come with a pair of butterfly pliers just in case you need those for whatever reason. This is what I actually used to tighten that toilet in the Airbnb because it was the master bedroom toilet was getting on our nerves by day 3. So just to be able to tighten that down was very nice to have. But also on the other side, you're getting those scissors once again, be able to open up anything that you have, packages, stuff like that. We got a lot of packages delivered because we're a big ass family and we forgot stuff. So we were getting stuff delivered to the Airbnb. And then of course you do get yourself the bottle cap lifter. You're getting a slotted screwdriver and you get a Phillips in. With this one here, you do get a file. It's a wood and a metal file with a pry bar. How useful is it? I don't think it would be the most useful thing ever, but surprisingly, TSA was okay with this smaller knife going through multiple airports. I don't know what the rule is for like length of knife, but this seemed to be just fine going through TSA. And I was willing to lose this just in case they weren't a fan of it. So, you know, just be ready for that just in case anything could go down. So this thing here, very easy to just kind of slap in my pocket whenever I wanted it. Now the other side itself, this is where this has a loop panel. This is, I would set it down, see the skeleton here, and just remember myself like Disney's killing my pockets. And so that was my reminder here with this Data Crew patch. I did have a Nicor battery bank. This is the MB 10,000 Gen 4. I like this because it does have the USB-C cable that attaches here. It's like a small lanyard. These are fantastic to give to my teenage daughter, my preteen. Just give them a couple of these and say, hey, you guys are going off on your own. Your phone bet not die. Okay, so give them a couple of these. They're good to go. We can also use these to charge iPads, because when you're in those long lines, day one, I didn't have the fast pass. You want to keep your devices alive because the smaller kids are using those. So that was very important. And then I had a more of a traditional pry bar with a bottle cap lifter here. This is the Daily Carry Co. This is their pry, made of titanium. Very, very strong, very well done. I like this. We use this when I was barbecuing, having to scrape stuff, get stuff up, stuff like that. So just have a full kit. It all just kind of got the job done. I did just pump out another loadout of the EDC tray. If you missed drop 3 of the EDC tray, made of walnut, has my specifically designed logo in there that I make here in the man cave. You can check out the link down below because there's still a few more left from drop 3. Shout out to everybody who purchased this thing during that. Nice place to put your wallet, your lighter, or your multi-tool, or whatever you may have going on. But this was my TSA friendly kit, as well as my theme park friendly kit. Now, some things have been replaced. In the past, I used to use the Leatherman style PS. That's discontinued. I still own it, but they don't make it anymore. Fantastic multi-tool, Leatherman. I know you got the Micra, but you guys got to get back into the TSA friendly game. I wish you would bring back the juice and stuff like that. Comment down below, what is some stuff that you would bring to TSA, a theme park, anywhere where they just don't likey the knifey. I would love to know what your comments down below. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.